Hello, Marcos.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hear you.
Perfect. So you're the only speaker for this session?
No, I'm actually not this. Oh, I've got an echo here. I'm actually not the speaker. I will assist Daniel Chatterjee
Okay.
afterwards in the questions and answers section.
Okay, so you're going to be the moderator.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So okay, so let's wait for him. Okay.
Pardon?
Let's wait for him.
Yes, of course.
Okay, and actually the pre-recording starting in 10 minutes. So,
Okay.
so the audience will watch the pre-recording, and the live Q&A session will start at 4:45. So it's in around 1 hour.
Okay.
So we have time.
So for how long will the Q&A then be? Is it 15 minutes or?
It should be 10. I'm not sure, between 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's starting late, because the pre-recording is longer than it should be. But let's see.
Let's see.
Okay. So you are going to read the question to the.
Yes, I'm going to read the questions. Exactly.
Okay, so I will send you a link if you see on the private chat. You see the link?
Yeah.
Well, can you please click on it?
Okay.
Okay, so do you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will type test questions from the audience. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so all the questions you're going to will pop up in this screen.
Yeah.
And you just need to read and direct it to the speaker, to Daniel. To Daniel, correct?
Yeah, Daniel, exactly.
Okay.
So now the question is gone again.
Yeah, I removed it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And maybe you can prepare one or two questions for just for just in case that there will be no questions from the audience.
Okay.
But I believe there will be many questions, because all the previous sessions there were many questions. But just in case.
Very good. So I should then enter them here, the questions, that they show up.
Yeah, they will show up there. You need to read them and direct it to. Okay, I think Daniel just joined.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Daniel.
Hi, Marcus.
So it's the same as the previous session, Daniel. Okay.
Yep, it's the same one, but for Marcus, it's new.
Yeah, I already explained to Marcos the process. Marcos, you have any questions for me?
So just what I asked before, I should type in questions if we need additional ones, or if no one is asking. Then I should type some questions here. Doesn't it show up with my name there, which won't be that?
No, it will show as. Did you type your name before?
Your name optional. Okay, I see. Yeah.
And also last time there was your colleague. She typed the questions in. So
yes.
Will she also be in the background there, so that she can do it?
Yes, she should be in the background. Yeah.
Okay, so Marcus, there's a colleague, and
okay, so I won't do that.
Yeah, she will type it randomly the questions into that, so we're fine with that.
Yep.
And yeah, then it's about you to pick up the questions which we think they sound interesting, and or we will not be able to answer all questions live. That at least in the morning session there were too many questions. So you can choose. So there was one question regarding when we will have fuel cells ready. We shifted it to the end, and because just to have the option to not answer it directly. And then I learned also that would be that you are really the moderator. So that really after the presentation is ready, you will just say hello, and then give a short introduction to yourself and welcome everybody, and then just introduce me, but just in the sense that my name and what I'm doing.
Yeah, I talked to Pascal in the morning, so he gave me a short briefing.
Yeah, and then that you basically just moderating this, and it was quite straightforward. Just Pascal answered the question, I answered it, and then it was I think 12 minutes what we had, and it was just went.
Pascal answered the question. No, you answered the question. He passed it to you.
And the interesting thing, there were a lot of good questions, but they came very at the end. Of our Q&A session, but we will get the questions then in, I don't know, in written form. So, and then afterwards we need to answer them.
Which questions do you like? Which questions would you prefer to be postponed?
I have no screenshot of the question. No, actually, there was no question which needs to be postponed. So there was one question where when we will have fuel cells ready.
Yeah.
But at the end, we took that question, and so that's fine. There was no. I mean, on the maritime seminar, there was one question. I remember that somebody asked about ammonia production with lithium, and it was completely strange and very specific.
Yeah, not so specific. And the ones which aren't answered, what are we doing with those? Will we come back to the people, or do we have a Q&A published somewhere? Or
actually, I don't know. I think we have to ask Anne Jure how this is handled. We get a list, and I have seen from Professor Pertner, he answered then the list of questions, but not how this is then handled back to the audience. If this is, I don't know, do you know that? So from how this is handled?
You're muted.
Sorry. Yes, I copy all the questions at the end, and I'm sending it to my colleague Jana. I think she posted somewhere. I don't know exactly where, and you can answer it later if you want.
Okay, probably that.
Let's discuss with Jana when she logged in, because I don't remember exactly.
Probably they will be published on the website, the platform, so then everybody can afterwards have a look there.
Yes.
Yeah. And there was one question: who is the responsible person at M2 if somebody has a idea which can be patented? And so, that Pascal answered that in the chat directly. So just naming Claudia Pöpsel. So also option if you find there's a question you can answer straightforward in the chat, that's also okay. Then we
is it just like typing in another question, or is there a possibility to type an answer to a question?
You can type an answer. I will type something.
Yeah. Yes, please.
And you can answer this question. Do you see?
There's a reply. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the thumbs up means
that you like the question. It will move the question upper.
Okay. I'm the only one who can thumb up, or everyone can?
Everyone.
Okay.
You will see next to the question, sometimes you will see like number of likes. So how many people like the question? So it means that maybe they want to get an answer for the question.
Can you maybe in the chat put again the Slido link? So because I have not.
Thank you.
Yes.
I also wanted to ask, but I waited for a moment of silence.
Yeah, I already sent it to Marcus, but I will send it again.
Hi, Marcus. My name is Jana, and I'm from the Kenes team. I'm the program coordinator for the event.
Mhm.
And I see that you've already started with the briefing with Ron.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's something actually also new for me, and I found it very useful. Once you start seeing the questions, there will be two options. You can click on popular and recent. If you click on popular, you will see the question that was liked the most first, and then the rest, like based on the likes they have. If you click on recent, you will be receiving them one by one, and you will see the most recent one, of course, on top.
Jana, they also asked me about
Yes.
the questions that didn't answer.
Yes, I have them.
Okay, so where you posting them in the platform or what do you?
Let me just open them for a second, because some of them were answered already during the last session, and we don't have a way to clear out the ones that were answered already. Just give me 1 second. I have so many things open on my side. Green shipping. What does power to X? Okay.
I think no, I've got it in principle. Okay.
So maybe, Daniel, you can help me out here. I can tell you the questions that I have on my side. You can tell me which ones maybe I can act as an anonymous person to ask. So the first one is, will there be marine fuel cell solutions for H2, ammonia or methanol from MTU? I think this was answered already.
This was answered, yeah.
Okay, I didn't see
But
ammonia yet. Sorry?
So would you just okay? Do you need just information, which is question is still open. We need to answer afterwards. Okay.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Maybe, Liron, if you allow me to share my screen for a second, it will be easier to go through these. Here they are. Can you see them?
Hardly.
Okay. Now?
I'm too old. Yeah, no, it's better.
Okay,
Small screen.
this was already answered.
Yes. Mhm.
This regarding ammonia, I think wasn't very relevant.
It was answered too, but Marcus, this would, for example, a question we can also put into because it's easy to answer.
Then we have, where should the hydrogen be produced? I think, yeah, this was already answered. These were the questions that were prepared in advance.
Yeah.
Okay. As well as this one, I remember I asked, what is HVO? How these new fuels will be compatible with the old? This was already answered as well. What will be the fuel of the future?
Was also answered.
Yeah. Where should all the needed fuel be produced? I think this
was not answered, but it was also a prepared question.
Yes. And for example, this was directed to you. Does MTU plan to produce electrolyzers for PTX in the future?
It was not answered. It was not, yeah.
Okay. Who do we contact regarding yet new patentable technology of greener propulsion?
Yeah, Pascal answered that directly in the chat.
Yes, that I recall. Since e-fuels will not be competitive with fossil fuels, where does this leave us with target of getting an order for e-fuel driven vessel in 2028?
That was not answered.
Okay. Is the production of batteries and the effects on the environment and people by mining the material also considered?
Was not answered.
Okay. By using, by using e-fuel, whether the engine is required more maintenance, oil change like biofuel.
Would not answered.
Okay, what capacity and type of fuel cells are available through MTU Rolls-Royce?
Was not answered. And Marcus, that would be classical question where I think maybe too specific. That was something we can really
Okay.
answer
Yeah.
afterwards.
Okay, I have 4 more. Has the discussion already started with different countries regarding the infrastructure for the e-fuels and at which level?
Good question, but not answered.
What is the capacity of MTU fuel cells today? What type of fuel cell do you use?
Not answered. Yeah, again, bit specific one.
Which of the following fuels would be the less difficult to adapt, build an engine for?
Also good answer, question, but not answer. That's Marcus what I meant. There were a lot of good questions coming at the end.
Exactly. This is the thing. So Marcus, maybe I can tell you because we had this. There's a lot of questions coming in during the live Q&A.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good way to keep up with them is to click on recent and not on popular, because when you click on popular, you will see first the most voted ones, and you might miss some that are coming in.
Okay.
And then we have the last one. Since the efficiency of these fuels is lower than diesel, how big will be the role of design optimization in order to reduce energy waste? Thank you.
Good question, but also not answered.
Okay, so this was, I will mark them in a maybe green to know this is a good question. This was also a good question, right? The one to which of the following fuels would be the less difficult? This was too specific. The one regarding different countries as well.
That's a good question.
Okay. By using a fuel. Just let me know if you see something that you think is a good question so I can mark it in. I remember we mentioned one more. Was it regarding the battery?
Basically, I think the 10 is also a good question, so from a high-level perspective.
This one.
Yeah, because all the specific fuel cell questions, and I mean, we have a completely session on fuel cells in the tax study, so that would fit there better. I mean, Marcus, if we have no question, I can also answer that one, but.
So again, what's happening now with the green ones? Are we injecting them now into this Q&A, or are they postponed and we write down a Q&A and put it on, I don't know, some kind of forum or whatever?
Usually, what we can also use some of these questions to start off the discussion now. The other option will be if they're not answered now, they will be addressed afterwards. So you can also tell to the audience that if there are any questions that weren't answered, we'll make sure to address them afterwards.
Okay.
And how will this be done? So will we just answering the question that will be placed on publicly on the platform, or how do we bring the answers back to the ones who asked the question?
This is what we have to decide on later, Daniel, with the team. We have to collect first, and then we see if it's a good way to have a post on LinkedIn and say, go back to the platform. After this is over, we go back with the agency and see how we do it.
Okay. So this is like, so just we need to collect them and we will answer them in Word, like the one I've seen Professor Pertner had send it in, and then we need to decide in the team in how to bring the questions
Yeah, therefore, because it's a decision that will be made later, you can, Marcus, you can just say that they will be addressed afterwards
Yeah,
without going to
I'll
any
do so.
specifics. Ooh, I'm mixing up my words, and I had a lot of coffee.
Anna, you changed the location from this morning.
Yes, because I was in the living room and it was just like too much life in the living room. It's literally a living room with the kids and the dog and the cats. It was just like too much going on. So now I went in the calm room of the house. So here I am.
Yeah, so I hope the time schedule will just fit before my daughter is coming back from the kindergarten. So then.
Yeah, the kindergarten is closed today because they have like einen pädagogischen Tag. This is what we need after all Corona.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
yes, we need another one, another day closed.
Well, we made sure to fit with all kindergarten schedules and make sure everybody aligns.
No, this was a chat because I originally had the idea to go into the office, but then Anna informed me that I had to reassemble the scenery from the recording, so therefore I'm at home and really removed all the furniture to have that painting again in the back.
We just wanted the painting, yeah. That's true. I know.
Because it's
Anna
a nice painting. It's a nice painting. We had a session with Peter Gommeringer, and there was a picture. And I was like, I had to ask us, Peter, what's on the picture? Is it a flower? And it looked like a naked woman. And I just, it just kept distracting me. And he was like, yeah, it is a woman. And I was like, okay, so now you kind of confirmed what I was thinking. Can you just please remove it? It was a gift of her sister-in-law or something like this, but it was really distracting a lot, right, Jana? Didn't you feel the same?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I felt the same. I felt the same, and this is why when Anna started talking about the painting, I was sure where this is going to. I knew she will ask him.
Yeah, the good thing, the painting is so dark, nobody sees what's really on the painting.
Yeah, right. So there could be a lot of naked women. I don't care because I don't see. But
Actually,
the other one
there is somehow. I mean, there is actually somehow naked women. She's dressed like
unbelievable.
the white one. There's a
Yes.
black person, but you don't see. She's not really naked, but she has how do you call it, transparent dress. But it's all painted very blurry, so you cannot see it.
Nobody can tell what's on that painting, to be
And
honest.
the funny thing that the main, so Cerberus also you can hardly see is over there. Marcus, the build is called Cerberus, so the hell, the one who watches over the entrance to the hell. And
it's from your time in exhaust gas after treatment, isn't it?
Somehow, yeah. So how much time do we have until we need to jump?
We will start the session at 4:45.
So 4:45.
4:45. Okay.
Go ahead.
So do we
So if you
see
want to do some emails
the
or
stream here?
Yeah, then maybe maybe then I'll come back in half an hour to just switch off the camera and the microphone, and then meet maybe in half an hour. Okay,
I do the same.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Marcus, you had a question. If you want, you can ask. The rest can go.
The question was if we can see this the stream which is running here in this window, or is it just visible in the other in the real conference software?
I can send you a link to the lecture if you want to.
Yeah, I'm registered anyway, so I can also.
So it's better if you watch it from the platform.
Okay. Yeah.
And don't forget to close it after, because if not, there will be echo. Because
Okay.
we'll hear you
Yeah.
twice. Thank you.
I'll be back in half an hour anyway, so we've got
Thank
time
you.
then. So see you then.
Thank
See
you. Bye.
Jana, I guess I will join the next session because I think we have again the overlap, right? Like this morning.
Yes.
So the next one is also supposed to start at 4:30.
Mhm.
But I don't know if it's maybe better even 4:45. I have no clue.
It's best to have everybody before, even if they go away like now.
Like now.
But we just want to make sure that everything is set up.
Yeah.
And did you manage to send the video?
I did. He just read it. So I just hope that he will. You finished it a bit earlier, so that's why I got a bit distracted because there was like one keyword I was looking for. And it was not
Yes.
in, but it's like, yeah, I mean, you just have to take where it's smooth. So
I was wondering whether it's whether we cut it a bit earlier, but it was the exact minutes that
Really?
that he sent. Yes.
This is strange because in my screen he said like one more sentence.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, maybe.
But it was the
One
correct link, right?
sentence less. Yes.
I just hope it was the correct link like he did because like so many links now. So let's see what his feedback is. I just hope it's fine. And
I think also the transition was okay, although he didn't say thank you or anything at the end. I think it was okay.
But he will manage both live Q&As, so I think that is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So let's see how this session. I mean, I just also talking to Angel. So having the session twice a day live, it's so much work. Like
yeah.
For you as well, right? For me, I mean, and even like the second round, okay, now somebody new came in, this is good, but usually it's just like the people know and it's just doing it again. So I just really think next time we should, I don't know, maybe let's see how the registration and the participation is in the other time zone. But maybe because usually we just read 3 or 4 hours. So maybe next time we really could start like at noon and do it like, until just to cover like the world. But I think this is a lot of effort here.
It's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult to cover every time zone.
Yeah. No, but I mean also for you, right? I mean, the next project is waiting, isn't it? After this one, you have another one, right?
It's in the middle of June, yeah.
When do you have holiday?
I don't know. Maybe in July. I hope for July. No, I will take Friday and Tuesday off, but I will be working just a little bit. And like I said to my boss, on my own terms. Like I won't be requested to work.
Diana and I'm leaving just for a few minutes. So if you call me, I won't hear you. Just for a few minutes, and I will come back.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Ron.
Take your phone with you so I can send you a
WhatsApp.
Okay,
I have my phone. WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And
what about you? Aren't you actually on maternity still?
Yes, I am, and I will start in 1.5 weeks, and we're just So now it's a bit, I don't know. We have like this. Today I get my corona vaccine.
Oh.
And it's like, it's really different to get it in. I mean, basically the same in Bulgaria, right? It's like you have this long list, and I was just really, really lucky. So therefore, I just can't say, oh no, I don't take it. But now the second shot is like exactly in the middle, so we need to do some rearrangement. And the actually tour we planned, we wanted to go to Sweden, Finland, take the ferry to St. Petersburg, and then Estland, Letland, the Eastern Baltic states. This was the plan, but we can't because of Corona. They don't let us in, so now we maybe only do Sweden because they are quite open.
Sorry, I'm listening, but I'm like half 1 year listening to you.
Oh God, but you know what? I will also do some. So I will jump.
Sure.
I will leave it because since I need to go on the other one.
Okay. Well, whatever you prefer, I will stay here until the.
Maybe just stay because now Michael, he just gave an answer. Just let me read it quick. I read it. Thanks. Okay, they removed much more than I asked, including my closing slide leading to an abrupt end. But if that's what they can do, then we'll go with it. Well, this is what. Okay.
If because in his last slide where he says thank you, whatever, if there is nothing wrong with the slide itself, he's not saying anything wrong. I mean, he's not saying anything that
I don't know. No,
might be a
probably
problem.
not.
So maybe
But
you can just I now have editing rights. So I can quickly adjust the video if he wants to have the thank you slide included.
Maybe we do. And then, but remember where we stopped now, because just in case he has another comment and saying this is not, then we just take this what it is now. We give him a chance for another one, and if he doesn't like, then it's
okay.
How long do you think you will need you?
I need half an hour because the system needs to process it. Yeah. Now it might be less, but
or should we just keep it like this?
If he says that the thank you slide is okay, then
he said, but I don't want you. It's like half an hour again. But is it half an hour work for you, or less work? Just the system needs to start.
The system needs to process it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if it would be okay, then go and try and.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So I will read emails. The only thing is I will leave at 5 because I need to drive. It's like half an hour drive to get this thing. So I will not come. I will check my emails nevertheless, but it would be cool if I can send it before.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you on your phone or what are you doing?
I just agree. They're asking me for the video. What's the status? So
Oh. But then we just keep it as it is because I don't want to ruin the platform. What do you think?
It's fine. Let me go over it in a minute.
You check and then we you check and then just let me know. Maybe you can just text me a WhatsApp.
Yeah. Okay.
I leave. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. See you soon. Ron, can you hear me? Ron, can you hear me? Can you tell me how much time do we have until we go live?
Hey, Anna, we have 26 minutes. 26 minutes.
26. Okay, because I saw that Marcus.
Yeah, we lost him.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Listen,
will just send him a quick email. Thanks.
I believe he will join us.
Me too, but I want to be sure.
Okay.
Asking. Ron, how much time do we have until the live?
We have 16 minutes.
Okay, I've sent a message to Marcus, but I don't see. Ah,
Oh, okay.
there he is.
Hello again.
Thank God.
Okay.
Hi,
No,
Marcus.
no cause to worry. Yes.
Okay, so we have 15
Can you
minutes
hear us?
before we go live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that everything is okay in terms of technical. Marcus might be struggling. Marcus, if you hear me,
Yeah.
there you are. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Okay, but you're a bit stuck. Can you try moving a bit to see if your connection is okay?
It looks perfect, but maybe that doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, it was stuck for a second, so I got worried.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You're
But now it's working.
moving. Yeah. I see that
Daniel.
there are already some questions coming in.
One was very special. Daniel, did you read the questions?
No,
already?
not yet. But I have a strange effect on my camera.
You have a green screen
Yes.
on, I think.
But I changed nothing. I don't know. Just getting darker outside.
Okay, now you have
Maybe if you go to the cam mic
you have some logo
menu,
behind you.
and
Yeah,
then
but
there's this green screen thing. Can you see if it's activated?
How can I check the settings?
In the middle, this gear work cam mic.
Yeah, that might be the green screen. How can
Yes.
none? That was actually really the green was on.
Green and high tech.
Yeah.
Green and high tech, exactly. So strange questions.
There was a question about molten salt reactors for marine applications. Okay.
Yeah, the molten salt is maybe the topic with the energy storage in large scale, but okay, that's maybe a topic we keep to answer separately.
There are not so many questions.
Do you
now.
want
Are they
me?
in the slides? Are they available? I could answer that right now afterwards.
I answered. I answered that. Do you want me to maybe submit a questions from the ones that we saw before?
Then there's something to start. And also the question, the last one.
I will.
Very good. Yeah.
I don't really understand. Could you explain a bit how drop-in? Okay, yeah, drop-in fuels. That's that's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. Should I do a thumb up?
Pardon?
Should I rate the question with a thumb up?
Yeah, that's what Pascal has done to just he's a mark. Which
I do so.
question to pick?
Now I was really confused. I switched over to the stream and saw you talking, Daniel, and basically you don't talk. So that was kind of confusing right now. So I've got two pictures of you right now on my screen resembling very much each other.
Okay.
Funny.
Anna made sure that the background will be the same. So
Yeah, that matches very well. Yeah.
okay, posted a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the questions I've posted. Liron, do you have the statistics on how many people are joined right now?
Anna, can you check in the reports? Do you have the reports, Yana?
Anna is not with us. I don't have access to that. That's why.
You don't have access? Okay, so let me check. Let me check.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we have 72.
I just wanted to know more or less if
It's
if
more.
the
It's
amount of
not
people.
it's not more or less, of course.
Yeah, because in the morning we had more people watching. Because yesterday we had the same. The sessions which took place in the morning were more attended than the ones in the afternoon. So it's normal that we have less questions as well.
So this is now for the Americas. There's morning right now.
Exactly.
Something like, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock. Depends.
Yeah, we set it up to be. Let me check in EDT because I'm
6
so
hours,
confused
7.
with time zones.
Yeah.
It's 6 hours from you and 7 from me.
Okay.
So we did set it up to begin at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I can maybe post another question in a few minutes. I will just check at what time the live Q&A should end, so you have that information as well. And please note that I will send you in the chat on the right side when you have 5 minutes left, 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. So just keep one eye on this chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Liron told you that once you're done, once everything finished, the live Q&A finished, just wait until we give you a sign that you're offline and you're not seen by the audience anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It will be weird, but I mean, it will be weird for you to just stay still for some seconds, but it's best because otherwise the audience might see you.
So we have 5 minutes before we go live. Okay. Marcos, you are starting you are the first speaker, correct?
Yep.
So I will let you know when you can start countdown. I want you please to count down silently from 10 to 0, and then you can start talk.
Okay.
I will let you know in around 5 minutes. I will count in your head, of course.
Yep. So like 10, 9, but silently.
Thank you.
In this speed.
No, slowly.
Like 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Do you think you have enough questions to start off the discussion?
I think so.
Okay.
Do you have a preferred question I should start with just for getting into it?
We have not yet the ammonia question. That would be maybe a good starting question. Otherwise, we can make the different countries. Discussion already started.
Which one? I didn't see ammonia in the e-fuels overview. Is that correct?
Yeah, because that's the easiest one.
Okay. You tell me what question you want. I will make sure you receive it. I just wrote in the chat that the live Q&A should end at 4:58. This is because the next session starts at 5, and we want to make sure to have to allow the people enough time to switch between the sessions. But of course, as I told you, I will write in the chat when you have 5 minutes, 3, 2, 1 left, so you can organize your time. I think we're going live in about 2 minutes. Am I right?
Correct.
Yay.
Okay, so Jana, I'm going to ask you to close your video camera. Thank you.
Yes, good luck.
Thank you.
Also ich moderiere kurz an, stelle uns vor, sag, was wir machen und gebe dir dann die erste Frage. Und dann werde ich hier im Backlog gucken, was wir als nächstes machen. Und dann machen wir so Ping-Pong, ne? Okay.
Okay, so Marcos, you can start the countdown, please, from now. Good luck.
Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome from Germany. My name is Markus Wild, and I'm Senior Manager of Energy and Process Engineering in the R&D section of Sustainable Solutions. With me is Dr. Daniel Chatterjee, who's Director of Technology Management and Regulatory Affairs, who already gave you an insight into green shipping and the meaning of Power to X. During the presentation, some of you took the chance to pose questions, which we will now discuss. Already at that point of time, I would like to thank you for your contribution. And as the time is limited, maybe not all questions can be answered right now. The unanswered ones, they won't be lost. We will deal with those afterwards and keep you informed where to find the answers. In the meantime, please feel encouraged to add further questions, and I'm really looking forward to the questions to come, and we'll start now with the questions we already have. So I'll jump in, and let's start with, I didn't see the ammonia in the e-fuels overview. Is that correct, Daniel?
Yeah, so also warm welcome from my side. That's correct. And the reason is what we showed with our roadmap of fuel pathways is really our match, what kind of fuels we see today for applications where Rolls-Royce into, so like high-speed engines. And I think ammonia will play in maritime industry an important role. And there are two things. One is really as a transport medium for hydrogen, because we have today already worldwide trade of ammonia, and probably also for deep sea shipping, so like large container ships. And why we believe at the moment it's not the best solution for applications like ferries or tugboats. That's just ammonia is toxic, and so it's you need to have safety measures to handle that, and that's on our perspective at the current level completely different safety assessment if you look for coastal shipping, so or we have a lot of passengers on board, and that's for sure different story if you're on a large container vessel, something like that. So to sum up, ammonia will play a role in the maritime industry. What we don't believe in the segments we are talking today already about that. Therefore, we have not included it yet.
Thank you, Daniel. So maybe let's follow up with a connected question here. Which of the following fuels, hydrogen, methanol, ammonia, would be the less difficult to adapt, build an engine for?
Yeah, that's a good trend. So probably so we're working on hydrogen and methanol specific. Maybe start nevertheless with ammonia. So I mean there are projects going on also in the research field looking at ammonia combustion. I think that's something we will see what comes out of that, and I would say there's not much experience currently in the field of ammonia on the engine. And clearly I explained the safety topics like that. Ammonia is difficult to ignite. So that will be for sure maybe the largest challenge and the newest field. Hydrogen engines in principle especially in Germany. BMW worked on that for passenger cars. So I think there's some good knowledge that we will see hydrogen engines for sure in stationary applications. So I would not say that that's easy, but I think that it's a field where also we as MT know, and we're working already on that, what to expect. And methanol for sure has the advantage. Basically, it's a liquid fuel. No, it's a low flashpoint fuel, but it's liquid fuel, so we know to handle that. So therefore, maybe methanol is a bit easier just because it's a liquid fuel. But I would say in both there is knowledge in the industry and also knowledge at RPS. So therefore, I think for that we pretty know what to do.
Thank you. And I'll have another one. And the hearer thanks you for the very educative presentation, which was very kind of him. And could you explain a bit how drop-in e-fuels could help us on the way to the completely CO2 neutral technologies?
I think that's a really good question, because sometimes in discussion on new technologies, all that, we forget about what is the renewable rate in maritime industries as a global. So that's usually 2%, 3% per year. So if we I explained in the beginning of my presentation that we have a short time frame where we need to bring down CO2 emissions. And therefore, we need to look at the existing fleet. And that's where especially drop-in fuels come into play. They can address the existing fleet. That's basically, therefore, they are drop-in. They can use the existing infrastructure. So that's just maybe an easy way to not go first into building up new infrastructure, building up new technology and engines, which might have additional benefits. But we need to address the existing fleets to really, and that's the large contribution and benefit of drop-in fuels.
Mm. When it comes to energy, you were talking about getting energy transferred. And here's another very interesting question. Has the discussion already started with different countries regarding the infrastructure for the e-fuels, and at which level?
I think that's also a very good question. So if you look there at the moment, I guess there are 30 countries worldwide that have a hydrogen strategy. So that's not a topic in Germany, in Europe, that's worldwide. So everybody is looking on that. So maybe in Asia, you will find that, for example, Japan is, for example, very prominent. They want really change their whole energy system to on hydrogen-based ones. And most of the strategies, they include export or import. And Japan is one example. They're working very closely with Australia to get to hydrogen. They would even start with gray hydrogen in that case. If I look, for example, Europe, German level, there are negotiations with Saudi Arabia to build alliance, and Chile would be another example. I used that also in my presentation. If you look in the public available strategy of Chile, they have clearly announced and when they will go into export of hydrogen and what expectations of amount of hydrogen they can expect. So I would say the discussion has started, and the first alliances are made, and then like discussion forums are there. And so I think there's a very good momentum at the moment that's really on a global scale. That what we call the global trade is really options is really starting.
Okay, and here maybe a little bit a different thing. Apart from the infrastructure, CapEx and OpEx will have an implication for the adaptability for commercial shipping. How will that be factored in, and will there be some regulatory compliance? So it's about cost of ownership and operation.
Yeah, the question is there regulatory compliance? So what we at the moment see on IMO level is what we see for the large ships, the efficiency index, so that it just becomes mandatory what is the CO2 emission of your vessel, and by that you have at least a playing field where everybody needs to align on. And on the other hand, that's a part of that. What I mean, we need to have that stakeholder dialogue. because one view is what I showed my presentation, what is the cost of the fuel, but then you have the invest you need to take for maybe having the ability to use methanol, and then it comes into play. Okay, so how much running hours you have with your vessel? Is the, let's say, the to have additional cost for methanol engine and then have the cheaper fuel, or do you stay with it even with the diesel engine, use a bit more expensive e-diesel? And that's really what therefore what it's really needed, that we come together and try to get the picture on that, and therefore there's no straight answer on that. But clearly what we see, another discussion is CO2 price, that the regulation is at the moment more on the level to give like standards, what you allowed to emit on CO2, about fuel quotas, so how much maybe renewable fuel, there's at least a way in Europe we see needs mandatory mixed in the fuel, and that's the way they address it. If maybe one thing, if you look at CapEx, that's something we see in funding schemes, but that's something maybe for the beginning, for early movers, to support them. I mean, that's nothing at the end to have it commercial viable over the long term.
Okay, also connected to the topic of costs, since e-fuels will not be competitive with fossil fuels, where does this leave us with target of getting an order for e-fuel driven vessels in 2028?
That's maybe really connects to the first question. I mean, that's a part of the story. CO2 neutrality or reduction will come not for free. And that's what we try to be very transparent. And that's why we are not a fuel producer. We take so much effort in having a team doing all that calculations, because we want really to understand and need to understand where are the projections. And the message is really, in the beginning 2030, and maybe even the years to come, fossil fuel will be just cheaper. And it's clear we need to have a level playing field for the industry. So that leaves us with CO2 price and mandatory targets to make that happen. So then everybody has the same burden. And there are some special cases. Maybe you heard of Maersk. They have now, for a very large customer, to make CO2 neutral transport. In that case, the customer probably takes the additional cost.
Okay, I think we're about to finish, but maybe we can have one short answer, a really short one. And since the efficiency of these fuels is lower than diesel, how big will be the role of design optimization? So really quick one, 20 seconds.
Efficiency is always the key. So that needs to become first, because efficiency is the key for everything, and we not want to make with a lot of efficiency losses fuels and then have less efficiency in the conversion or in the ship itself. So that's for sure first.
So basically it's all about systems, let's say it that way. So I think we'll end up here, as I already feared we won't have the time to go through all the questions. We'll keep you informed about the answers on those. And yes, I would like to thank you, Daniel, for your very good presentation and informative presentation, and all the listeners for being present here. So I wish you great other talks, and enjoy the summit. Thank you.
Thank you.